further. Joining us, Brian Gardner of KBW and Terry Haines, Pangea Policy Advisory founder. Very good afternoon to you both. Brian, as Elon just said, both sides are going to try and claim victory off the back of this, or just certainly entrench themselves in the arguments they've been making for a long time. But the fact is, the Democrats have failed to remove him from office, and will that help or hurt them when we get to Election Day?
I think it's going to hurt them, because if you look at it within the context of everything that's going on right now, economy's strong, the president's poll numbers are good and getting better. I think the whole exercise has backfired on Democrats. So, you know, emotions are not going to be healed. They're going to continue to simmer, and it's going to be tense in Washington for a while. But look at who has momentum. The president has momentum. The Democrats are back on their heels. They had a bad week in Iowa. The political environment is going against them right now, and this just feeds into it.
Yeah, Terry, it's been a busy week in terms of politics and all of the goings-on we've seen. Now that impeachment is actually out of the way within Congress, though, and especially in light of that State of the Union address we got from President Trump last night, the fact that he pointed to certain legislation he'd like to see move forward, what is this going to look like in terms of lawmaking and some of the areas, especially for investors, to be focused on now through the rest of the year?
First thing is, investors need to understand that the legislative environment is always a lot more active than most people think it is. The old standard discussion about it being gridlocked really isn't true when the parties come together on things. They come together on spending, lots of different fiscal issues. I think that there are 4 events to watch here. Firstly, I think you watch in Washington generally. First, you watch the aftermath of the China Phase 1 deal. I've always thought it was incrementally market negative because enforcement would be choppy, but now you have the coronavirus on top of it, and that makes it a little bit more difficult. Secondly, I think what you've got is a new push on drug pricing. I've always been of the view that drug pricing was likely to happen this year. It's a very bipartisan initiative. Trump gave it a big push in the State of the Union last night. So I think you have that. And, you know, a lot of people in the markets want to see infrastructure legislation. I don't think you get that. So that's a market negative. But I would really look out for a U.S.-UK calendar year 2020 agreement, which I think is not priced in by the markets, but both the U.S. and the U.K. really want to do that for a variety of reasons, and that big push will also be a trade-related positive.